Good morning, students. I hope so you are doing well. Today, we are going to continue our chapter Acids, Bases and Salts. In our last class, we have already covered our topic acid, that water acid, and what is the types of acid. Today class, we are going to discuss bases, which is our next chemical substances. So, let's get started. Base are the chemical substance which is present in our materials, most of the materials, okay, and it is bitter in taste, bitter, or we can say kadwa in taste. And when you touch this kind of substance, it feels soapy. Means when you touch it, it feels that you touch the soap. Okay, so it is the two property which is relate to our base, that it is bitter in taste. Second one, it feels soapy while you touch. Two common bases that we are widely used and we have already heard about them are your baking soda and washing soda. Baking soda is a kind of ingredient which is used in kitchen or in various food making factories. It usually used to make food which needs to be fluffy one, or we can say spongy one, just like your cake, bread, or pakoras, which we are usually used to eat in our rainy season, and etc. Many more things. And washing soda, as the name suggests, it is used as for a cleaning purpose. It is used in your detergents, and in your cleaning roof. So this is the most commonly basis which is used in our daily life. Just like your acids, your base also has been classified into many categories, and the basis of their category is their properties. We normally categorize the base depending upon the properties, or we can say the behavior. So one by one we are going to discuss its types. First type is your alkali. Someone used to pronounce this word alkali also, so both are correct. Alkali. Second one is your strong alkali, or we can say strong base. Next one is your weak alkali or weak base, and the last one is concentrated alkali and your dilute alkali. So let me discuss one by one about this. First we will discuss about the alkali. In our last class, we have already discussed that when we want to make acid, we always use its solution form, its liquid form in our laboratory. So for making acid for our use, we normally mix with the water, which is a kind of your liquid, and we get acidic solution, which we are used for our various lab experiment. Same case happened to alkali also. Actually, a base normally found in a pellets form. In pellets form. And to use this for our lab experiment, we have to make it solution, and in this case also we are going to make it solution in water, and this solution we term as alkali. So whenever someone is saying that I am using alkali, I am using this, so always remember that we simply convert or mix your base in the water. So it is kind of a basic solution, you can say. So let me show the pellets. Here we have one example of pellet. Sodium hydroxide pellet. Sodium hydroxide is a kind of base, example of base, and this is its pellet form. Pellet you can also resemble or understand like a tablet form, but we use the term tablet in term of a medicine. Here we are using pellets, and this is your, when we dissolve in water, this is your sodium hydroxide solution, or we can say alkali sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, so let's move further. So this is your alkali. Let's consider some of the example of alkali which has been very important for us to learn and to understand. First is your sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Second one is your potassium hydroxide. And last one is your ammonia solution. One thing more I want to add it here, that we have not only 3 base in our lab or in our chemistry. We have to deal with number of bases, but at here you have to remember these 3 base which is widely used or normally used in our most of the experiment performed in our lab. So simply remember this kind of base which is normally used in our lab. First is your sodium hydroxide. Let me discuss chemical formula also, just like in case of acid. First your sodium hydroxide. Its chemical formula is NaOH. NaOH. Second one is potassium hydroxide. KOH. KOH. Last one is ammonia solution, or we can say ammonium hydroxide, and its chemical formula is NH3OH. NH3OH. Okay, so basically you have to remember this one and this one, which has been used in our next topics also. So here again I want to make it clear one thing, that A should be small, N should be capital, O will be capital letter, and H should be in capital letter. Similarly in other case also. One thing more I want to make it added here, that we are using hydroxide word. Always remember, while we are dealing with this word hydroxide, it means that we have to use OH. OH. H for hydrogen, hydro. O for oxygen, oxide. So it is the mixture of 2 words or 2 things, that your hydrogen and oxygen. So we named collectively as hydroxide. Now move to our next category, that is a strong alkali, or we can say strong base. This is also simple, as we have already learned in our acid case also, that as we have word strong, it means that it have strong power to show its property, show its basic property. So normally you can define strong base as an alkali. And alkali, again alkali means solution of base with water. An alkali which is strong in nature. Strong in nature plus have corrosive property. Okay, and the example of strong base is your sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. These both are the example of strong base. So I am not going to write it again and again. So just remember that sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide is also come under the category of strong base, and it means that it show strong basic property, strong reactivity. Strong in nature you can also write as strong reactivity. Okay, now let's move to our next category, that is weak alkali, or we can say weak base. So I am discussing this thing at here. As the name suggests, weak, the alkali which is weak in reactivity, or we can say they are weak in showing their nature. Nature means their basic property, basic. So these are the alkali which are weak in reactivity and weak in showing their nature. Let's discuss its example also. The example of weak base is your magnesium hydroxide, your aluminum hydroxide, okay, so your magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide are the example of weak alkali, or we can say they are weak in reactivity. Let's discuss its chemical formula also. Again, we have word hydroxide, so we have OH confirmly. Magnesium is represented by the letter Mg, capital M, small g. Now move to our next, aluminum hydroxide. Again we have word hydroxide, means OH will be here confirmly, and aluminum is represented by A, capital A, and small letter L. So this is a aluminum hydroxide, this is a magnesium hydroxide. So that's all about the weak alkali and strong alkali. Now move to our last type, that is concentrated alkali and dilute alkali. So again it was the same, just like of acid case. When I'm talking about the concentrated alkali, okay, it means that, for example, I am making the alkali solution. So in where I am using my base, let us consider the case of sodium hydroxide, NaOH, which is mainly present in pellet form, that is in tablet form. So normally I have to make concentrated NaOH alkali, sodium hydroxide alkali. So I have to add it, your sodium hydroxide pellets with the water. So this is a sodium hydroxide pellet. I am going to mix with the water. Here I am mixing the large amount of sodium hydroxide pellet in small amount of water. So in such a case, the solution, or we can say alkali you will get, is your concentrated alkali, in where your base is in large amount and your water is in small amount. Okay, now suppose again I have to take the pellet form of NaOH and water, but here I want to make dilute alkali. So for this, what I am going to do, Again I'm taking this container. Again I'm adding the palette of sodium hydroxide, but in this case I'm going to add it a very small amount. Very small amount. And for making is in solution form, I have to add it with water. So here I am add a water in it. Your water is in large amount. So this kind of alkali in which your base, or we can say your NaOH, as I'm taking the example of sodium hydroxide, so the case in which we are taking small amount of your base and large amount of water, the alkali we get is dilute alkali. Dilute alkali. Okay, so normally we can say when we are talking about the concentrated alkali, dilute alkali, concentrated acid, dilute acid, we are normally focus on the percentage of, or we can say amount of acid or base dissolve in water. Just is all about the game of your amount, or we can say percentage of the things that you are mixing. When we are taking this in a large amount or water is in small amount, then we get concentrated alkali. Okay, and when we are taking small amount of pellets and large amount of water, we get dilute alkali. So if I'm talking about here, I want to write the basic form of this, so I'm going to write that in this case I am getting concentrated NaOH, and here I will get dilute NaOH, that is a sodium hydroxide. Sodium sodium hydroxide, and this is again your sodium hydroxide. So this is all about for today lecture. We have discussed about the base in detail. In our next class we are going to talk about the way we can detect that how unknown substance can be behave as acid or base. So we are normally talked about the detection method of unknown substance, about its nature, whether it is of acidic nature, whether it is of basic nature. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.